very good evening everybody, a very good day wherever it is that you are, which time zone you are currently in. I am your funky scene pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. I will be your captain for today, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to fly from Los Angeles in the United States to Las Vegas, which is also in the United States. It is going to be a flight of we're looking at a flight time of approximately 46 minutes. So it's a fairly short flight. It's to see if we are still in any kind of shape. It's been a while since I was on the channel actively. So first let me take a sip of my soft drink here. There you go. You can see the jetway is already connected, so the boarding can soon commence. So let's just jump into the aircraft here and let's start this sucker up, shall we? So as always, we will start with the batteries. There we go. 26.9 volts on both the batteries. We turn on the external power and they jump to 28.0 volts. So we got this covered. It is always the same kind of setup, really, obviously. So let's get some crew oxygen supply, turn on the ground control lights for now. In real life there's a couple of more steps obviously that need to be done. One of them is for instance you test the APU. My god, that sound is working. Okay, we check the what is the test for the engine number 1? It's the fire test, and the fire test for the engine number 2 as well. Okay, so that's all working as it should. So let's hope we do not get a fire nonetheless. So let's get all the brightness and visibility sorted out so we can have a look at what it is that we're trying to do. Get all the upper ecam, the lower ecam, all the screens and everything. Especially in the sunlight, it can be a little challenging to see sometimes. Hope you've all been well. So turn on some little lights there. The jetway is still with us. That's always good. Apologies there. Okay, so not too many ado today. We are using the let's have a look outside. We are using the fly-by-wire A32NX mod for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Using a Delta Airlines mod. This is downloaded from the flightsim.to website, where you can download it for free. I do not know actually who made it, but have a look. I believe there are a couple of Deltas. But you got to make sure that you download the correct one for the fly-by-wire A32NX, and not for the general A320 that is from the Asobo. So that's the aircraft that we're going to use today. It's got the nice little mask theme going on at the front windows, which is always kind of funny to see, I think. I like it. And the version that we are using today is the experimental version, the latest experimental version. It gets updated sometimes like 2 times every 24 hours. And I'm curious to see if the one of the new features that's implemented, the TCAS system, which would cause the aircraft to automatically adjust the altitude Accordingly, when there is a traffic alert nearby, and we're curious to see if that is actually going to work. I'm not sure if it has been implemented, to be brutally honest with you. So let's set up the MCDU here. So you go to the AOC menu, and for now we just do init press. So we just request the flight plan straight from the SimBrief website. So we got here Delta Airlines 812 departing from LAX, destination Las Vegas, and estimated time en route 0046, so that's 46 minutes. So we got this, and we also go to the init a page where we basically do the init request as well. And you got the cost index of 40 and the cruising altitude 330, flight level 330, and Delta Airlines 812. It's our call sign again. So the flight plan should now be in, and it is also the case. There is a flight plan discontinuity that's still in the experimental version. Whenever you download the flight plan from the SimBrief for some reason, I'm not really sure why, but it's okay. You can simply just click it away with the clear button, and you just clean it up like that. So we're looking at the basic flight plan. It's a very simple, short flight plan, really. We are going to have to put in the departure and the arrival ourselves. So let's hop on over to the flight pad and get our row of feeds. Oh, I got to import it from the SimBrief. Obviously I did not do this yet. That is my bad. So you import from the SimBrief, and there you go. You got all the information here. Los Angeles to Las Vegas. See, so we go to the OFP. Here is our flight plan. So the fuel for today's flight will be 3.5 for the block fuel, and we're taking off runway 25 right. We're using the Orca 5 departure. So we choose LAX 25 right departure. Zoom in a little. Oh, it's the wrong direction. 25 right. There you go. And then it was the Orca 5 departure. There you go. And you just click insert, and it is just inserted like in an instant. There's again the flight plan discontinuity. Later on we'll just delete them, because there might be more. So let's also do the arrival. So let's have a look at what was the arrival. It is Reindeer Zulu 1, 26 left. So ILS 26 left, and we choose the Reindeer 01. I should say the Reindeer Zulu 1, not the 0. And we click on the insert, and that is now inserted. You click return to go to the entire flight plan. And now the flight plan discontinuity, you just simply click the clear button, and you click on the FN. It says not allowed. Believe the issue is now first you do clear, and then you click the manual, you delete that, and then you are allowed to click clear and then do the flight plan discontinuity. Not really sure what's going on there, but it's working. Let's have a look. We got all our waypoints there. Lovely. There's another flight plan discontinuity, so we're going to do the same again. Delete the manual, and we click on the clear button, and we delete the flight plan discontinuity right there. And we go check it one more time. So LAX 25 right, 640 Dokra, if I read it correctly, Dokra, the Clipper, KLAX, Coop, Orca, MISEN, Reindeers, Grama, Boetti, NV, Redon, this is the Q, Red Cune, Twaffle, there's your diesel, Bourbon, Shund, Airline, and Las Vegas 26 left. It's our final runway. There's no discontinuities in there, so that is all looking good. You can check the data and go to the aircraft status, and you have a look at the ARC cycle. We are using the correct one. We're up to date, so that is also good. See flight plan. There's probably no secondary flight plan yet. That is as to be expected. So that nav, we're going to have a look at it later. Probably not now. So for the init B page, first we go back to the ATSU AOC menu. We click the weight and performance, or performance, weight and balance page. Let's request the passengers list. So we're looking at the 174 passengers in total. So we click on start the boarding, and they will now start boarding the aircraft. And let's have a look at the, didn't they have another page here? What am I missing? Let's have a look, we go back, AOC menu, weight and balance. Am I missing anything? I thought there was always the possibility to, there should be a second page where you do the fuel. Or am I now confusing myself? Maybe they changed it, maybe I just changed my mind and I do not understand anymore, but as I understand correctly, this is actually also where you can request your fuel. We got 0 fuel weight, center of gravity 26.6. See the off-P requested, so we already did this. Payload, and obviously we would like to go put in all the what is this doing? Just randomly clicking buttons here. That's not doing anything. Let's check one more time again. ATSU and EOC menu. So we got weather. It is, no, I don't know. Yeah, you can click WB again, but it's not going to change anything because it simply not does not appear to operate. What's interesting? We go to the init B page. 0 fuel. Click it. So the block fuel was 3.5. Yeah, so we're just going to take the exact amount of fuel. I would like to bring always a little bit more. So let's just hope we do not waste any fuel. So we do not have to do any kind of glide landing. You do not want to do that with 174 passengers on the board. So for our trip wind, we'll check what is the wind component in the off-P right here. We're looking at an average wind component of minus 0 to 8, so it's a headwind, minus 0 to 8. Go ahead and enter it here. There's the minus 0 to 8. And you click on the trip wind, and there you'll see headwind 0 to 8. So we got this. Let's have a look. Do we have the fuel? We got 3.7. It's a little bit more than 3.5 really. So let's change 3.7 there. These numbers will change a little bit. I do not expect them to change too much, but my apologies. Okay, so we got this. Everything should be fine. Finally, the performance page. We're going to do a flap 1 takeoff, and you know, let's just do a flex 2 flex takeoff temperature of 55. This is inspired by my brother. So we're just going to do a flex takeoff today, and let's see, transition altitude 18,000 feet. That is correct. So the one speeds are now calculated at 121, 122, and probably 125 or something, 124, 126 even. Look at that. But they're going hog wild. Okay, that should basically be the CDU for now. Let us also get the, what is this, traffic? No. Let's also actually have a look here. I'm forgetting what I wanted to do. But we're going to have to take off. We're not going to be able to sit here forever, you know. I remember now. The MCDU menu. Let's go check the weather. It is you need to see menu again, and the weather request meter, and we send it, and the meter is now being requested. So go back to the receive messages. Hopefully it will come shortly. You'll see this little field here populated. It will say company message. We're eagerly awaiting. Company message. Company, there you go, there's the company message. No, unfortunately you have to return and enter it again. Meter, there you go. So what are we looking at? Wind 270 at 10 knots. A few clouds, 16 degrees. Altimeter 3013. So we're putting in 3013. I'm saying 3013, but in my head I thought I saw 3016, but it's probably confused with the 16 degrees. There you go, I'm just confusing myself. Nothing new, nothing to worry about. We're still flying from Moscow to Israel, Jerusalem. Okay, just a little joke. Okay, so we got this set up here. Let's see, let's turn on the constraints on both the sides for the pilot monitoring as well. The first officer who is not here today, but we're just going to pretend that he is. So let's, for the initial climb, maybe just look at the chart. So we got the KLAX, open the charts list, and what we want to find is the standard instrument departure charts. Now what was the departure? Can I see it? It was the Orca 5, it's an RNAV departure, so let's pin it. And let's also get the taxi charts while we're at it. Standard taxi routes, airport info. Let's just use this one so we can see that we're at 150, I believe it was. Was it shower? Yes. Should be 150. Maybe here it says, see approved taxi route, takeoff minimums, parking gates, parking bays and coordinates. Okay, nothing to worry about. Let's put a pin in this as well. Here you are, 150. And our takeoff departure, our takeoff runway was 25 right, if I'm not mistaken, from the top of my head. So we'll just go on to, what is it, Charlie? Or rather actually, Bravo. All the way to, well, to Foxtrot. Okay, so we got this, and do they say any kind of initial climb perhaps? Obviously I'm looking at the wrong chart for this. Why am I doing this? Okay, so what do we have here? This is our departure chart for today. Transition altitude 18,000, airport elevation 128 feet. Basically, we just take off from 25 right. Let's see. So there's the kegs. We should be at 13,000 feet. And let's just have a look at what they say here, because here they actually explain it for you. So if not in contact with departure control, within 5 minutes after departure, turn left, proceed direct to Clipper waypoint, then climb to flight level 230 or filed altitude, whichever is lower, and when able, proceed direct, filed or assigned route, fixed transition. The aircraft flying flight level 240 or above, climb to filed altitude 10 minutes after departure. Well, we'll go to 330. Let's see, is there anything of interest for us? Obviously there is, otherwise these charts would not exist. Climb on the heading 251 to 640, then climb direct to cross Docker at or below 3000 feet. Then on the heading 236 degrees or a sideways to sea, expect left turn to cross Clipper at or above 10,000 feet. Then on track 044 to cross KLAX between 13,000 and flight level 190. And then on the track 044 degrees to cross Scoop at or above 15,000. Then on track 044 to Orca. I hope you all remembered it, because I did not. Fortunately, there is also the visual. So 25 right, where are you? Let's just close this left part here for a bit. Maybe we can get a little more zooming in. So they want us to be at the Clipper. 10,000 feet, that seems really quickly. Is it only me, or not sure I understand. See, 25 right, actually is this one, 640. And you should not go above 3,000. So let's do initial flight, initial climb altitude is 3,000 feet. Let's see, the same as here, that's the same for that. Okay, so let's just go 3,000 feet for our initial. Obviously the rest is managed by the Airbus. So I think we're ready. Jetway is still connected. Let us, before we start up the APU, it's been a while, people, bear with me. This is unfortunately still an op. So arm the ground spoilers. We'll lock the flight deck. Rudder trim is neutral. Flaps are on 1. And we're going to give ourselves a squawk code today of 5703. Let's see. We want to show all other traffic. I think that is everything we have to do down here. And so now let's start up the APU. Turn on the beacon lights so that the ground crew is aware that we're about to start our engines. And we got fuel on board, so we're also going to turn on the seatbelt signs there. And let's listen to the APU starting up. That's always a cool sound, isn't it? The APU just whirring there. So the APU is available. Let's turn on the APU bleed. Let's turn on the fuel pumps. Aircraft is whirring to life, which is obviously nice. That's what we want. Here's our flight plan. We can see it only, GPS primary. And they definitely appear to have changed some things here in the navigational display. Let's have a look outside. See, so we are using real-world traffic, but it is a ghost town. Let's just get back in the aircraft and let's just get going, regardless of what the other people in the world are doing or not doing. Probably more accurate of a description. So let's get rid of the jetway. Oh, let's do it like this. It's not going, no problem, we just use the pushback which we used initially anyway. Are we now confusing it? What do you think? Yep, we're confusing it. It is not going at all. Or maybe was it like really slow? Let's just click jetway one more time again. There you go. It's also going to move now momentarily. There you go. It got the message. Very good. So we are about to taxi. Let's have a look at the taxi chart again. So we'll push back facing south, means our back will turn to the left. So let's call the pushback, let's call the tug. So the tug is on its way. So we wait until it is in position, and then once it is in position, we'll have to disengage the parking brake, and we will lift it off ever so slightly, and we will be pushed back to the initial taxiway that's sitting here behind us at the LAX airport in the United States of the America. So I was talking about my brother earlier. His name is Gidzenko. Our parents chose Anatoly and Arkady, two boys both with an A. Sort of like American Airlines, AA, if you will, or maybe some other AA reference that you might think of. Let us disengage parking brake now. And we request the pushback to go into the reverse. There we start rolling at the LAX airport in the United States of America. Now with the program, the pushback program that we're using, it is possible to steer using the rudder. Come to think of it, they also implemented a new feature, hydraulic nose wheel steering. Not really sure what to expect, if anything at all. Probably a lack of experience with the real aircraft on my part. Let's see if we can turn it left for now. That at least seems to be working. I've done this a couple of times in the past where I felt like I was maybe pushing the rudder a little too hard for the steering, and the program sort of detected as if I was requesting to stop the pushback, which is obviously was not the case. Let's maneuver our camera view a little bit here. We have a slightly better view of the main gear. And let's just do a sharp left turn there. Maybe a little sharper. There you go. See what we can get. There you go. And let's just stop the pushback. And the tug is now excused. The parking brake will be set. There we go. And there goes the tug. Thank you very much, tug. See you next time, man. There you go. A little eye contact. My apologies. I had to go up a little bit there. Alright. See you later, man. Thank you so much for your service. Okay. Let's have a look. We're not forgetting anything. Probably forgetting 100 million things. I think I can close this little thingy here. It probably should be slightly off of your screen, but let's see. So we got all these lights. Obviously, forgot to turn off the the GPU, the ground power unit. So that was a kind of a rough disconnect, probably get all kinds of trouble for that, so I should try and remember to do that. So let's turn on the taxi lights and the nozzle steering lights. Notify the air crew. Let's just wait a little bit because I believe she's just going to say prepare for departure. Okay, so are we missing anything, people? Let's play with the camera view here a little bit, and let's have a look before the engines go really loud. We can maybe find a nice, well, let's maybe do the engine number 2. And do the startup of the engines. So we're going to, there you go, the mode goes to the start, and engine number 2 is now starting up. Am I correct in noticing that only now the flaps started to actually extend? That would actually be pretty cool. So we got flex set here, so it's a good reminder. So we will not be doing a full thrust takeoff go around, but we will put the thrust levers here to the flex MCT. That's our engine number 2 starting up for us. There's the famous click, and the engine, once it reaches 19.4, there you go, it's available. So now we do the engine number 1 as well. So while this is going on, let's have a look and maybe see if there is any ATC available. Not really. So we're not going to be using the VATSIM network today. There's the famous click. Okay, so engine number 2 and number 1, they're both available now. Flaps are extended to the first position. Ground spoilers are armed. Seatbelt sign is on. No portable devices sign is on. Parking brake is still set. The APU bleed is still on. We can turn off the APU. And we release the parking brake. It's still jumping initially to the full takeoff thrust. My personal workaround is just quickly press the idle button, and then it will usually then everything will be fine. Taxi speed currently is 14, 15, 16 is the ground speed. So we try and aim for about 30. We do not want to go over. So there should be real world traffic. I do not see anything now. I do see a ground service vehicle right there. So turn left here. That wasn't a turn yet. And I believe they also changed something with the that's maybe a little too much power. Oops. Oh, messing things up, man. Just turning on the reverses there. So there was also, does this now operate? Okay, so it's cool. Alright. So here is, which one is this? 25 right, this is Juliet. We're going to Foxtrot, so we do have a little to go. Bravo 7. Ground speed 21, I believe. Let's have a look outside. There's the California sun. We're still taxiing. Let's go inside. Sounds like we're going a little bit fast. 29, so let's brake a little bit. So while we're taxiing, let's slow it down a little bit. We can do the flight controls check. It's a perfect time to do it now. Let's just slow it down a little bit. We're not going too fast. You can see the page already opened up here in the lower. What is it? It is not. Must be flight control page. Here we go. As you can see, the rudder, full right and full left is working. Let's find the center line quickly. So we go the aileron, full left, neutral. Full right, neutral. Let's have a look outside. And full up, neutral, and full down, neutral. And that all appears to be working. Let's see, turn on the maximum speed brake for the takeoff. There's the Bravo 2. I think next one should be ours. Excuse the crooked taxi routing, or the taxiing behavior, I should say it more accurately. Let's notify the crew that we are about to ready to take off.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
So the flaps are set. Ground spoilers are armed. So not really sure if we're here yet, or is there one more left. I think this one should be fine. I believe we wanted to go to the Foxtrot. There you go, here is our Foxtrot. So let's just get ourselves onto the runway. And let's turn on all the lights so that we are as visible as we can be. Here we are then, runway 25 right, lining up and holding short. So we're ready to go now, so the speed brake is set. Let's turn off the packs for the takeoff, and we remember we're not doing a full toga takeoff, but we will go to the flex temperature. So let's do that now. Aircraft is beeping. Engine thrust lever is not set. Are you kidding me? It felt like they were. Should we maybe consider a we're just going to do a toga thrust anyway. It's a little bit of a fast takeoff, it's not my best. Gear up please. Turn on the AP1. We're going to fly our departure route now. So we check, thrust levers should now go to the climb detent. Loving the sound of these engines, man. So we're now in speed mode, alt star, so we're reaching the 3,000 feet. So let's carry on to, I believe it was 13,000. Let's start with the 10,000 for now. I did not do the takeoff briefing very properly, I believe. Let's scoot on over to this side for a bit, have a look outside the window. Well, there goes the LAX airport. Okay, so we are on our way to Las Vegas, people. Anyone wants to get married? So 13,000, yeah, is it now? I'm not really sure what the 13,000, was it a plus? We should be above 13,000, would never make that. Just see what's going to happen if we request it, or rather demand it. Flaps can go up. I do apologize, it's a bit of a messy takeoff. I've been flying a lot of general aviation aircraft lately, and or actually more precise, I haven't been flying at all lately for a couple of days. But here we are, taking off. Let's have a look outside. Here's our Delta Airlines taking off with the California sun in its back. Let's have a look at the situation here inside the cockpit. Still not really sure about these flight levels there, but you know what, let's just go all the way up. I believe it was 330. Let's quickly have a look here. There you go. So we're going to put in 330 and let's just get up. 330 and we are on our way. So once we reach 180, we are going to change to the standard pressure. Let's turn off the nozzle steering lights and the taxi lights. And I believe actually now we can also, we are passing 10,000 feet. Let's also turn on the packs. And there's our 10,000 feet. And there you go, some fog appearing all of a sudden. It would be really cool if there were another aircraft nearby, and but as I said, I'm still not sure actually if it's been implemented. It's a fairly short flight, and probably it's not a bad idea to have a look at the arrival as well. So we got arrivals. Zulu 1, Reindeer Zulu 1. Oh, it's not showing us. Okay, so let's just open the charts there. Open the charts list. The arrival. Reindeer 1 Zulu, let's pin it. And the approach, it was left. So ILS 26 left, so let's put a pin in that one as well. So what we're looking at, Reindeers, we should be at 250 knots, 13,000 feet, at or above 13,000 feet, and at or below flight level 190. MISEN, we should be flight level 240. And MISEN, let's see, well, let's just have a look at the MCDU there and put in the MISEN at the progress page. Make our lives a little easier. Obviously we will need this one, 95 nautical miles, so we know the distance, 95 nautical miles. So let's see what is our current altitude, 18,000, so we can switch now to the standard QNH. So let us assume that we will reach 330 before we are at our top of descent actually. So 330 and our target altitude, I believe it was 240. Then it would be 28 nautical miles before our target. We should start descending to reach flight level 240 there. So 28 nautical miles, assuming we reach 33,000, obviously, otherwise we could actually go slightly later. Something with the controls is a little off here. Not sure what's going on. Oh, it's working again. Got a little fright there. So it's really nice. We've been flying a lot around this area in general aviation aircraft lately, and it's nice to see us going over these mountains as fast as we are now. think about it, it's actually really fast, you know. Looks like there might be traffic there. It would be really interesting to see if the TCAS system is going to kick in. There's some traffic here too. This traffic is moving to the left of us, probably not going to be any problem. It is, however, coming a little bit close, I must say. Anything we can see, perhaps? This range, probably not. It is about 15 nautical miles. Well, it's fairly close. I do not believe I'm spotting any other aircraft at the moment. We are now at our 11 o'clock. 5,000 feet below us, or 500 I believe actually. Okay, so never mind. We're still climbing. We're at 240 now. MISEN is 76 nautical miles. So just going to step off from the flight deck for a little bit. Let us enjoy one of the window views. Let's go with this one. And I will be back within 2 shakes of the lamb's tail. everybody. We're back. So let's have a look at what is going on. Let's first start checking the distance to the MISEN. It should be 28 nautical miles. It's 51. Okay, 50. We are still climbing. Well, let's do it. There is some traffic. Let's have a look. It appears to be below us. Or is it? Let's have a closer look. Not sure if I can properly see. Let's zoom all the way in. Lost 09er. There you go. That is pretty cool, man. Did we just miss it? Would have loved to see the flyby, but does not appear that the TICA system felt like it needed to do anything. That's pretty cool. I'm liking it, really liking it. So we are on our way to 330. So yeah, we're probably going to reach the top of our climb and then we're going to descend probably immediately. Okay, sorry, been staring at the screen for a little bit too long, I guess. So that aircraft there, what's it doing? Is it slowing? Are we going to overtake it? That would be pretty cool. There's aircraft, there's traffic below us as well. This one significantly closer. We're 2-3 nautical miles, so we are actually a little late for the descent. Why is it in the heading mode? I want you to be in the managed mode. This one as well. Not really sure what happened there. We're going to descend 240. The engines now go to idle, so let's have a look here if they are actually doing it. It's saying that thrust is now to idle. It's also saying us it's in descent, and it's still following the navigation. So those are the things that we want to check. and we want to see confirmed, and they are, so that's good. So we're descending to 240. Let's have a look outside. So nice and peaceful. I'm loving the wind effects. Just gliding down, man. So there is MISEN coming up. Are we going to make it? 20 seconds. We're descending. Not quite fast enough. So what is our next altitude constraint? Let's turn these off. Let's see, 13,000. What will this say? Well, let's aim for 13,000 immediately. And we just keep on descending. So it looks like we have parted ways with the traffic that we saw earlier. Unfortunately, the TCAS system did not really do anything yet. Not sure of if the constrictions were met or not, or maybe it's just simply not implemented yet. But I'm definitely quite looking forward to seeing that in action. See the Airbus go up and down to avoid oncoming traffic for the traffic alert. So we are descending to our destination of the LAX, from LAX. We're descending to the Las Vegas airport. So if anyone on board wants to get married, maybe, then you just step forward and you get into the flight deck here, and I will marry you, gladly. And we got champagne here somewhere, I believe. Where was it? Yeah, can I step away? You should have champagne here somewhere, and otherwise we'll get it from the galley. It's no problem at all. And we'll just marry you, you lovely people, And as you know, love is the greatest thing, it conquers everything. Okay, so what's the situation? We're descending through 23,000 feet for 13,000. Looks like I think we're still on the vertical descent profile. Let's have a look. We should be at reindeers 250 knots, 13,000 feet. And the reindeer is coming up in about 5 minutes, and we're descending 1600 feet per minute. we're definitely going to be making that. So that's good. So let's have a look outside and maybe actually listen. Because what's so lovely about the Airbus is when it's in the descent, you know, the engines just go to the idle and it's just basically gliding down, you know. I always actually quite liked it. And I must say I love the area here from California to Las Vegas, to the Nevada, I believe it is, right? And you know, it's like desert. There's lots of deserty mountains and everything. It's a really nice area. I've been flying around here a lot lately with general aviation aircraft, like the Piper Arrow, the Piper Warrior, and the Piper PA-44 Seminole, all kinds of things. Been flying some DC-6 as well from the PMDG. And today I thought it would be fun maybe to just fly with the Airbus again. I've been flying for a couple of days, so maybe just to go a little bit easy on myself. And let's hope we get a good landing. So this is the altitude, descending through 19,000 feet, so we should be getting ready for to change back from standard to the local QNH. So let's have a look at the current weather conditions and enter them into the MCDU. So go to MCDU menu, ATSU and the AOC menu, and from there we click weather request. And we click send and it's going to be sent. So we just wait a little bit until we see the message pop up here. Ground spoilers, hey, there are still arms. I did not have to do that. It's good that it's there. It's just a little reminder. We should arm them momentarily actually, but for now it's fine. This one we don't need it anymore as well. What else do we have here? That's the company message. Seatbelts, operable sign. Seatbelts, really? Oh, auto tank. So the fuel is fine. The poor passengers, I completely forgot. That's my apologies, I'm a little bit rusty. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We sincerely apologize. There was a problem with the seatbelt signs. You are free to move around, but we are descending towards our destination. So please bear in mind that within about 5 to 10 minutes we will turn on the seatbelt sign again. Our apologies and thank you for flying Delta Airlines. Okay, so here's the transition altitude. So let's quickly have a look at the received messages. Check the meter. Let's zoom in a little more so we can actually see what we're looking at. QNH 3011. So we enter it 3011. There you go. We're at flight level 167, or actually we're at 16,000 feet and descending to 13,000 feet. I'm missing something here. No, I'm not missing anything. Okay, so that's good, that's all set. Let's increase the range a little bit of the navigational display. 12,500. We're going to go around and we will land at runway 26 left. So let's go ahead and print the weather report there, the meter, there it goes. And once it's printed, we'll put it there and we'll enter the destination data on the performance page. You go to destination, through destination you go to approach, and there we put it in. We already know that it is 10, what was it, 13? 3011, oh, I'm reversing things. 3011, so we put that in there. So let's have a look at our little note, shall we? So we got the 3011, wind variable. I was not really sure what to put in. Can you actually put in variable V or B? I believe I may have tried it once. I do not think it's going to accept it. 03 knots. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can actually see what's going to happen. And let's see if this is happening. No, it says format error. So don't really know. So what we'll do, we just put in 03. It says format error again. So what the hell are we going to do with the variable there? Let's see what the flight simulator says. This has a new function, live weather. You click on the meter, select an airport from the following list. Let's see if we can find our destination. We are straightening out. Do not commands, variable 03 knots, sure. So we're going to forget about that for now, and let's have a look at our situation here. Next constraint is 12,500 feet. I'm going to do it now, I'd rather be a little bit early. 12,500 feet, so there you go, for descending. I'm a little bit unsure what to do now with the wind. Traffic, look at it. Clear of conflict. Well, there you go, everybody. That was pretty impressive. I did not see anything. Let's look outside. Is there any traffic? I do actually not believe I see traffic, which is obviously the point. But one would assume to be able to see anything. There's nothing I can see, but nonetheless it was quite cool. Oh, there it goes again. Sounds like it might be a little bit confused. Or is there a... There is the traffic. Oh, okay. Is that the traffic? Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Oh, now I think this may have happened when I stepped away as well. And the autopilot sort of maintains its current speed and heading, I believe. So there you go. So we're descending 12,000 feet, we're back on the navigation, back on the altitude, and back in the speed mode. There comes the TCAS warning. It's not doing anything. Well, that's interesting. It's an interesting development. Let's get this page over and done now with what's the temperature? 21 degrees. 21. This is the temperature, and the runway believes 26, so that shall say 260 then. 3 knots. Precision altitude, we already have it. And let's also have a look at the final approach chart. For runway 26 left. See the airport elevation. See, decision altitude 2269er. 2269er, so we'll put in that 2269er. Yeah, under the barrel, so that's all in. We're still speed, alt and nav, so here that should reflect as well, so that's good. And now for our descent. This is still fine. Then 11,000. What is the speed actually? Should be 250, I believe. Let's just do this ourselves then. It's a little bit messy. We're on our way to Bueti. We should not be below 12,500. Then we go to the MV, and we should have been at 250. So we're quite speeding actually. So the next one, NV, is 11,000 feet. And the final approach will be from the Perino. This initial approach fix at 1.3 DME. And the altitude of the glide slope is 3,800 feet. So that is always important to keep in mind. So the go around procedure here, let's have a look, you can see it here as well. So you fly the climb to 3,200 feet, then climb right, then climbing right, turn to 6,000 feet on a heading of 080 and inbound on the BLD VOR radial 286 to the BLD VOR and hold. So you hold over the VOR, which is right here. They got the holding pattern for you right there. We're hopefully not going to have to do that, so let's just try and get this thing landed. So we're turning now to the I don't know, what do they say? Having a hard time reading. Maybe I need glasses. 9,000. Let's descend immediately. 9,000 feet. And the speed 210 knots. Let's do that as well. We do not want to have a high energy approach, do we? Okay, so I'm going to turn on the seatbelt signs now. It's the altitude 12,000 feet. Airport elevation 2,181. Touchdown is at 2,069. And 3,800 feet is where the glide slope will begin. Perino is 8,000 feet. We're on our way to 9,000. Hopefully we're going to make it in 46 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and descend to 8,000 while we still have some speed going. So descend 8,000 please, there you go. Feet, 15 seconds, we're still high, and then 3,800, so we need to be a little faster here, I believe. We could do the, let's do this now, expedite. We will pick up speed, but rather pick up speed now while we're still high above the ground, and then when we're low. We're reaching 10,000 feet, so we're going to turn on the landing lights. Let's also start up the APU now. And also do some, let's also arm the ground spoilers. Oh, turned off the autopilot by mistake. You go back on please, thank you very much.
arm the ground spoilers. Okay, so we got this. Okay, so what we're looking at now, we're descending through 9,400 feet. So our speed is definitely going up, but we needed to descend a little faster, otherwise it's not going to work out for us. And then the next one is going to be 3,800. So I'm going to do 3,800 feet. There you go. So we're a little on the high side here. Speed, let's drop it. The bad thing about dropping the speed is that your descent rate will decrease. If you are way too high, we're never going to be making this. So visual, there you go, there's a runway. Oh, I don't know why it's doing this. It's taking this turn rather than, but yeah, it sort of works out for the same, doesn't it? But we're way too high, descending only 300 feet per minute. So we're going to have to do a sort of a go around actually. I did not want to, but we're never going to be able to have a good landing now. So let's have a look, what are they saying? Maybe we can vector ourselves just to get the approach again. Let's fly heading 300 feet, 300 degrees. We go to the heading mode for now. And go to 6,000. Heading 300. So we're going missed. We should go the opposite direction, really. We're going to 120. Now I do not understand why it's turning off the autopilot, but we're just going to turn it on ourselves. It's not doing it. Speed out. Let's see what is the problem. I believe the speed might be too slow, so let's go 250. No, it's not having it, but it does not say any warning here really. So we're going to have to fly the aircraft ourselves now. Which is actually pretty cool. It's a cool aircraft to fly. So we're getting close to, what was it, 6,000? Already over the 6,000 there. It's interesting to see why it is not allowing us to turn on the autopilot, because usually it should say something here. Let's have a look at what is the setting here. It's still on the climb detent, that's good. Maybe turn off the auto thrust for a bit, turn it back on, and then the autopilot, and now you can hear it clicking, and it's clicking on. So we're turning left heading 120. And then after that, what will we do? Where's the Prino? Okay, so we're just improvising a little bit now. Let's have a look outside. It looks really cool here, man. Check the water there. Alright, so let's get back into action. Turn on the landing system. 11.6 nautical miles. So let's just keep on going for a bit. We're on 120. 7,000 feet. Descending now to 6,000. Open descent, that's good. Following heading. Turn on the localizer. We are above the glide slope. It is coming up a little bit now. There you go. That's good, we're descending below the glide slope there. Let's reduce speed to 210. So 21 nautical miles, so we're going to turn left now, heading 360. Let's turn on the flaps 1. So now the chart, let's have a look. Can we zoom in? Let's just keep going straight for a little bit. The localizer is aren't, but we're never going to intercept it from here. Let's see, can we descend maybe a little more? just go 5,000 feet now. And maybe turn left heading 330 or maybe 320. And reduce speed 190 and check the flap. I can almost extend the flaps. Let's see, this should be an okay kind of angle. Let's go to 380. Let's see, this one 3800. Thrust idle. Flaps 2. There's the landing system kicking in. Localizer still arms, but we still might not intercept it in our current configuration. This probably is not the best timing for the preparing of the pre-landing rolling cigarette. So we are descending, that's good, and now let's turn left, heading 26, that's it, 280. Gonna go 283, a little bit to the right still. Hopefully we are going to intercept the localizer. And reduce speed, 160, let's not waste anything now. And so there's some mountains there that we obviously do not want to crash into. So the altitude constraints around the airport are not to be taken too lightly. And we are holding altitude, okay. Because we do not want to crash into these mountains. So
2,500.
2,500. We're cutting it a little close here. This should be fine still nonetheless. So let's go flaps full for now. Localizer is still armed. But not yet kicking in. We're holding altitude, which is good, because we're getting quite low here. Look outside, you can see. Right there. Okay, so what we're looking at. Localizer still armed, so maybe we're still a little far out for it, but I'm not really sure. There comes the localizer. There it's captured. Good, so we're now turning onto the localizer. That's a good thing. Going to reduce speed a little bit more now, just because I want to be on the safe side, and we're 30 nautical miles, which is fine. And let's wait for it a little bit longer to settle, and then we will also turn on the approach mode. We're pretty much lined up, so we're turning on the approach mode now. We're reducing speed 150. Our flaps are full. Let me check here, yes. And ground spoilers, they are armed. That's good, so let's set the speed brake. speed brake is set. APU bleed is on. Turn on nozzle steering lights and the taxi lights. And there comes the fog. The glide slope is armed. 7.5 nautical miles. I'm going to drop the gear. The glide slope is intercepting. There's some traffic there to the left. Okay, gear down please. Gear is coming. So we notify the flight attendants. Not having it, I'm going to do it one more time. Not understanding why it is not saying. I always like it when it says it. AP2 is armed as well. We are now on the glide slope. Are we missing anything here? No, we are not. Landing gear is down, signs are on, camera ready, spoilers are armed, flaps are to full, APU bleed and landing lights are on. We got speed brake 2. 1,000 feet. So let's reduce the speed now. 140. We still got enough fuel, so it's good. Let's have a look. What is our approach speed? 121. So we can actually go quite low. So let's just do it. Let's go 124. There you go. And we choose a view. Let's see. It's going to be this one. 500 feet. 400 feet.
300.
There is a 300 sign.
200.
200 feet. Disengage the autopilot.
100.
Keep on going.
50. 40. 30.
Idle.
20. 10.
Floating a little bit.
10.
Easy.
5.
Touchdown. Reversers full. Center line. Check the speed. 60 knots. Engines can go back to idle. Ground spoilers can go back. And we take the next intersection. Welcome to Las Vegas, everybody. If you did not get married during the flight, then maybe you get married tonight. And who knows, I might make it into a song one day. So let's get clear of the runway here. Delta 812 runway vacated. And there you can see the strip in the background there. We're going to have to cross the other runway now. So you could just assume that we are clear to do so. Flaps can go up. Landing lights can go retracted now. There we can see our own shadow. Always looks nice. Yeah, we turn, let's see. For some reason I'm missing the lines. It's probably me. Let's have a look. Okay, we'll just do it like this then. Alright. There's a line to the left of us. Let's turn off the nozzle steering light as well. There we go, coming in a little bit fast. Engines to idle now. And we just aim here for the gate. We're probably a little short there. See, there's always a little more left. Let's look outside for now. A little bit of a cheat if you will, but whatever. Okay, so we got wheel stop. Parking brake is set. So let's disengage the engines immediately. Engine number 2 and engine number 1, both disengaging. Seatbelt signs. Leave the strobe and the nav lights on for now. There is external power. It is actually on. Let's have a look outside. Maybe we can call the jetway so that everybody can disembark from the aircraft. And there they come. There's our jetway. And in the meantime, let's power down the aircraft. Maybe you can go off. You know, just going to turn off the batteries as well. Let's just kill it. And the external power too. Let's go hog wild. Okay, so here we are, everybody. Thank you very much for flying with us today. I'm your very personal funky scene pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at another video sometime soon. Oh, there's also a little buzz thingy there. So thank you very much again. Hopefully you enjoyed the flight. I know I did. See you sometime soon. Everybody be sweet to one another, because love is the most important thing in the entire world. It's what everybody needs. Thank you very much for checking. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and see you next time. Bye bye.